So I've not seen what Nigeria have really achieved.
Nigeria don't achieve anything. Nigeria at 61 is like just a growing country, just a beginner.
There is nothing to celebrate about. 61 means nothing. It really means nothing because there is no achievement, no good roads, insecurity and all that. So Nigeria at 61, I don't think we should be celebrating.
If you can see what is happening in the nation, there is hunger everywhere. There's no work, there's no business. Even though people that are working in a company does not look like they are working in a company.
I believe there are some areas which we have improved, and there are some areas which we have not approved. Now, like the area of the job activities, there is no improvement there. But like the area of the tax and all the rest, there are improvement there.
If you look at what is going on in Nigeria now, our leaders are not trying at all. You understand? It's not looking like we are just gaining independence. Because at 61, Nigeria is supposed to move beyond where we are now. We're supposed to have been developed, you understand, going to the higher level. But now we are still crawling. Look at our economy. Our economy is nothing to write about, nothing to talk about. And our leaders, they are not seeing anything concerning the economy of the country. But what they are saying, they are just saying different things. What does not concern the country.
In fact, it's like we don't have a leader in this country.
There is no government in Nigeria.
Imagine our president banning Twitter.
We lack leadership. When there's no leadership, there's no government.
Okay, look at our hospitals now. Doctors are striking because of when they work, they will not pay them.
In those days when students go to school and they finish school, they will be work waiting for them. But now, nothing like that. All we hear from our president is that everybody should go into farming. If everybody farm, who will buy the food?
Everything is managing. I don't know where we'll come out from managing. We're always managing. Is it Nigeria is managing country? I don't know if Nigeria is a managing country.
Instead of us to be moving forward, we are retrogressing.
But the truth is, independence is like a normal day to me. You understand? Because I can't really figure out anything to talk about in a positive way. It's a simple truth. For 61 years, we're still battling with good road. I don't understand. Good road. 61 years, we're still battling with security. This is a country that your average child cannot go to school and be safe anymore.
All we achieve is hardship, suffering. People are dying of hunger every day. Things are increasing in the market every day and people cannot afford it. Even to pay their house rent, pay their children's school fees, nothing. So we are not achieving anything. Rather, we are achieving hardship in this country.
61 years is like counting back, not going forward. I don't know. Should we see? I feel we should just give youth a chance to rule. Let's see how it goes. Because all these our old men, they've done nothing but give us hardship, frustrate us in every way.
Let the government do something about this country. When you go to, in fact, when I travel to Lagos, I nearly faint on the way because the road is nothing to be reckoned about. But as you cross Imo, going to Abia State, hey, you will beg God that God should sustain your heart because everything, it was something else. So if I say I should say something about this country, in fact, we are not achieving anything yet.
BBC, somewhere like South Africa, that's gained independence recently, they are doing very fine. It looks like Nigeria just got independence not quite long. Like, to my own experience, Nigeria look like a baby country in the sense that we are just going up to 10 to 5 years.
To me, I will advise the governor, the president, and so ever and so forth. Let them create job for the citizens to work.
Let Nigeria restructure and give more jobs to the youth.
What I will beg the government is that let the government have the power to bring bag of rice to 5,000. Let's not beat around the bush. The government have the power to bring everything down. So let the government bring the price of the food stuff and every other things down.
First of all, they should provide jobs for the youths, and they should go into agriculture as well. Then provide good roads. At least when the road is good, the transporters, they won't be charging that high. It will still bring down the cost of things.
As a leader, let us be truthful to ourselves. I repeat again, as a leader, if you are the president, you are the governor, you are the senator, please be truthful to yourself so that the people which will lead, they can depend on you.
I witnessed the coronation of a young king in Delta State, and I saw the unity it brought among the young ones. You understand? So if a young person decides to rule today, nobody is perfect. But let's give these young people a chance. Let's give them, even if it's for just 1 term or just 4 years, let's give them a chance. But who won't agree?
I believe by the grace of God, we can achieve anything by His grace. So, not by human, but by His grace of God, we can achieve anything like.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen, yes, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Welcome back. This is still Mama Helen with you all the way from Warri, Nigeria. And the topic of today is in us evaluating the state of our economy at 61. It's been wonderful. There are so many things that we've actually been able to extray during the last segment. But I want to ask you a question. Is it okay to say that this country, should we say Nigeria, is a consuming nation instead of being a producer?
Yes, obviously. We talked about India. When I was at Government College Ughelli,
yes,
we had Indian teachers. They paid one of them his monthly salary. He said he didn't want his annual salary once. He thought it was his annual salary.
Yes.
The Indian still wears his sari or her sari, and he still eats with his fingers. Eats their food. Nigerians seem to have an appetite for what they are not producing. We have a morbid, I call it, I was discussing with my PA on our way from Bayelsa.
Okay.
And I arrived with him that the Nigerian system suffers from autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is when an individual's defense system, immunity, starts attacking his own body.
Antibody.
Yes. If we complain of bad leadership, we are the ones who collect money from them to rig elections for them. And we are the ones who fight for them, who carry ballot boxes for them. So we deserve the kind of leadership we have produced. So the appetite of Nigerians is way out beyond their productive capacity. We like cars that we can't produce.
Yes.
We want to eat food that we cannot produce.
Yes.
We will prefer Uncle Ben's rice to Abakaliki rice. We will prefer just imagine this. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala wears Nigerian Accra cloth.
Yes, wherever she goes to.
If all our school uniforms were made of Accra in Nigeria, imagine how much we will save. Imagine how much the textile industry will make by boom. If we wear that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's wrapper to work, like as the Ghanaians do.
Yes.
Imagine how much the cotton industries in Kaduna, we had Asaba textile mill. We had textile mills in Kaduna, Kano.
Yes.
All those ones will be revived.
Yes.
So one of the things we need in this country is a mental reorientation to Nigerianize our appetite. We go, even our presidents go for treatment overseas while doctors are on strike. Somebody is sick in London, people are going to visit him there. So until our appetite, we have value. We are like somebody sitting on the branch of a tree and cutting it from the stem. We fall down together. So we must have love for this country, have appetite for what we produce. And we must be very frugal. Let me give you, it's not only here. If you go to America, you will see an Indian man and his wife driving one car, managing. But you will see them buying buildings, properties in that street. Even the Jewish person or the Syrian person. The Nigerian husband and wife in America, even though they are doing jobs, they want to park 3 cars there. The wife must drive, the husband must drive. That's why they are killing their spouses now. So we have this hedonic treadmill mentality.
Yes.
My own pass your own. You buy this, I must buy that. You do this, I must do that.
Oh my
Imagine our marriage ceremonies. My son was to marry somebody in this country.
Okay.
The prescriptions were so much. We had to pay 10% of her salary to the mother as if she was a goddess or a shrine. She a goddess or a shrine?
Forgive me. Are they Igbos?
I won't tell you, Mama.
Now, please don't go after my head. It's just...
We had to pay 10% of her salary to the mother as if she's a shrine or a goddess. But the same boy married a cardiologist in Europe. She cleaned the shoe she had at home and wore.
Whoa.
She bought, she didn't wear any makeup or anything.
Yes.
It was easy on us. I just sent some money down and they were able to cope. So these are competitive spirits. It goes into everything we do. We want to show the latest Rolls Royce we have bought. I mean, while there's no road to drive it. So we have this crazy appetite for what we cannot produce. We are a consuming nation.
Crazy appetite.
Mom, have you heard of Ameno, Dorime?
No, I've never.
Oh, you are not in the streets like me.
Oh my God. What am I going to do about that?
What
does that mean then?
I mentor youth, so I speak I know their language.
You get into their business.
If you go into a lounge or a bar,
yes.
They will
so what does that mean? Please?
They will switch off the lights and they will handcuff a briefcase with drink. And 5 girls will be bringing the drink. And then they will start saying, they will start playing their music, Undertaker music. Ameno, Dorime. You get money, champagne, blood purifier. And that drink is 250,000.
Are you serious?
Yes. The youth listening to me know what I'm talking
Total
about.
madness, isn't that?
250,000. Somebody whose father is living in a room and a parlor. 250,000. And a table can be 1 million, Mama. Worry here. Lagos. Ugeli.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. It will surprise you to know that Ugeli North is the highest beer consuming local government area in Nigeria.
All right. To change the economic indices of this country,
yes,
is education a key?
Education beyond Pali, beyond certificates, a mental reorientation. You see, I sell Gary. I'm a medical doctor.
Yes.
I sell Gary. I farm on 40 acres. I produce potatoes. I produce watermelon. I produce cucumbers. I sell cassava stems. I have a poultry in my compound. I sell eggs. So we must go beyond this certificate thing and start looking for problems to solve in the economy. As we solve the problems in the economy.
In Harvard, you know, there was a study that was actually done.
Yes.
Wherein, and that's why if you look at the Europeans, the Americans and all, when they refer to education, it goes beyond the theoretical aspect of it. It is the application out of education that matters, right?
Yes.
And what I'm trying to say is that yes, you can have the theoretical, but it has to be
applicable.
Yes, it has to be applicable.
Yes.
Okay. So how do we? Because in Nigeria, we're only taught. You know, I mean, in fact, a lot of people when they are sitting for examinations or anything, they go in cramming.
Yes.
All right. When I was in secondary, I was taught French, but if you ask me anything about French, I don't know anything. I don't know any jack about it. That's the truth, because every time I'm going into the examination, I cram everything, you know, and I just pour it out and leave. I got a very good mark out of it. But then I seek, you know, and that really depicts the exact educational system that our country has been able to produce so far. And in order for us to be able to have a thriving economy, wouldn't that be a need for us to take a closer look on the formation of our children through education?
Yes. This nation must start looking at skill acquisition. There's hardly, I lecture entrepreneurship in a university.
Good.
It's a new curriculum in several universities.
Yes.
And some of the mathematics we solve, A plus B into A minus B is equal to A squared minus B squared. If we change it to Naira and Kobo, the children will be more interested.
Exactly.
You say X plus Y is equal to this. Look for Y. Have you seen Y walking in the streets of Okere? Let's turn these things to very practicable things.
So true.
Then teach our children skills. Why is it that we bring Ghanaians to come and do POP for us?
So sad.
We bring Togolese to come and do POP for us. It is because they have a functional
And they had more
vocational
money
education.
than the white colors people.
Yes, they have a functional vocational
Education.
One thing that cannot be taken from the present Nigerian youth is the music industry, the film industry. They've done very well because they are playing on a field that is level for them, and they are putting their natural skills and content into it.
Okay. Now, we've talked about public school, although it was a general question
Yes.
earlier on. Would you say, therefore, that private institutions, in terms of revamping the educational sector of Nigeria, have played a major role?
Private institutions at the secondary level, I run a secondary school, and we teach our children fishery, we teach them carpentry, we teach them several stuff, and we try to instill character, because one of the problems in Nigeria is character. Values. A road, with the monies we are borrowing now, is for infrastructural development. A road is supposed to last 20 to 30 years. But you give that same road to somebody, he will pour crayon on top of it, and within 6 months, the thing is having gullies. So we will now borrow again to do the road until we create values for our people. I don't cross lawns.
Okay.
I don't cross lawns. I don't drive against traffic.
Okay.
I don't do stuff. Mama, I don't commit adultery.
Praise God.
I've been married for 36 years. I've never kissed another woman.
Woo!
I've been to the end of the world.
You should be in the Guinness Book of Records.
I've seen the most beautiful women in Ethiopia, Australia,
That's good.
Madagascar.
It takes discipline.
Yes, discipline. We must teach Nigerians values and discipline. And once discipline is not in a nation,
Enshrined.
the chaos is there and everything becomes disorganized and dysfunctional.
Let's look at this.
Yes.
When Europeans found themselves where we are now, that we're still crawling
Yes.
and wallowing,
Yes.
the thought about industrialization.
Yes.
What can we do?
If we have reconfigured our brains, we should start doing industries that will meet local consumption. The BRICS economy, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Their goods might not be of high quality, but they produce to meet their domestic population.
That's right.
So with 200 million people, there is this theory, C.K. Prahalad theory of the base of the pyramid.
Okay.
That those living less than $2.5 a day constitute 4.5 billion human beings. And in Nigeria, it's 80 billion people. 80 million people. So let's produce for these people. The multinationals are cashing on it. That's why they produce coffee, everything in sachets, so that the poor can buy. Let's produce things for our poor. Let's process our materials into products that our poor can use. We don't produce eraser in this country. We don't produce sharpeners. I think Akwa Ibom's government started producing pencils. How many children buy pen? I run a bookshop in my school. Pencils. How many pencils do children buy in a day? Yes. We don't produce erasers and sharpeners, as I said. We import toothpick. Why must we import toothpick? Does it require rocket science? Let's start producing basic things that our people will buy.
Let's start producing.
Then we will conserve our foreign exchange instead of importing toothpick.
So that we can increase our GDP. Awesome. I love that. Thank you. Okay. There is an aspect that I also want us to look at because it's extremely important. Okay. The issue of microeconomy.
Yes.
In America, for example, okay, the place of microeconomy is a synergy.
Yes.
It's one of the things that is allowing the economy to grow. But in Nigeria, the gap between the poor and the rich is so wide that there is no place for microeconomy. What do we do? I know they said, yes, we have microcredit, institutions, you have all sorts of NGOs that are pioneering this, but it has not been able to cut through because a lot of, if you go into the marketplace now, all these market women, they'll still prefer to take their money and put it under the pillow and not that stuff. So what we have in terms of unofficial
Yes.
money
Yeah.
outweighs what we have in terms of official.
You are a banker, so
That's
you
right.
must have known about the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh.
Right.
In the American economy, I was reading about cooperatives and rural development in America.
That's right.
And the Department of Agriculture, I gave a lecture to cooperatives recently. The Department of Agriculture was writing that cooperatives are very veritable and robust tools. So 75% of the GDP of the United States and developed economies come from small, medium, and micro enterprises.
Yes.
But you see, the interest rates in Nigeria are too high. 22%, even 10%. We don't have startup capital. We don't have when COVID-19 finished with when America reopened the economy.
Yes.
There was interest rates of 0 to 1.5%, very low interest
But it
rates.
didn't even start from there.
Yeah.
If I may contribute to what you're
Yes.
saying, whilst Nigerians were receiving,
Indomie,
Indomie,
palliatives,
and all that from different countries, the developed countries or the developed economies were actually giving out money
to revive
business. So they have stimulus.
Yes.
Giving out to a lot of, even companies receive theirs, those who are not doing anything at all, just to see how they can revamp the economy. So if you're talking about them coming up with 0.something% in interest rate, it's because they've been able to manage their inflation.
Yes, but we also must have a right attitude to money. When Udoji Award, the local government, when Udoji Award came, police cases increased. Are you talking to me anyhow? I will jail you and I throw away the key.
Okay.
Because he had a salary increase.
But why is it that our country couldn't? I was actually expecting. We were hearing, the country was going to give out 20,000.
Yeah.
There was even a time there was going to be some money, advanced to, the education sector of the country,
Yes.
with the hope to help, reduce,
Yes.
some of the nagging issues.
Yes.
Now, here we are. Our country has not been able, to rise up to the, the standard that it's applicable to other countries.
Number one, a sense of shame. We lack a sense of shame.
Direction.
Shame.
No
first.
focus.
Make we just shame first.
Shame.
That is, we
Jehovah.
started with these people.
And that's my country.
We started with these people,
Yeah.
and they are now here. Instead of saying, Bami she, Baba Bami Jaye ma bere poloru mi dad, let people not say, where is our God?
Oh my God.
We are still where we are, and we seem to revel in it. We seem to take pride in it.
Oh my
So
God.
that sense of shame,
It's
then
not there.
sense of responsibility and the will. Breaking poverty requires a will. I grew up in the slum near here now. I hoped I come close to this church, but I had a will to be rich.
Okay, what do we need to do differently?
What we need
in
to do?
order to inject or perhaps, reactivate or revamp our SME, which is small medium enterprises.
Okay.
What do we need to do? Like Aleron said before, we have a micro. The country has been able to, encourage microcredit and so on and so forth. However, that has not been able to cut it for us, because as it is right now, the economy is still struggling. What do we need to do to bridge the gap?
You see, in the western part of this country,
Yes.
what
Are there things that the government need to do to encourage the micro credit?
Yes, is the encouragement
Or the
of,
microeconomy?
Yes, is the encouragement of cooperatives. In the western part of this country now, you have cassava growers cooperative. There's a lady making billions from cassava. She organized women, cassava growers, into cooperatives. She gets market reassurance that if she produces, people will buy them from her.
Okay.
And so she supplies inputs to these people. And when you give them inputs instead of cash, they can't drink the chemical, they can't eat the fertilizer. You give them, they can't cook the cassava stem. You give them inputs. When you give them inputs, then you buy products from them. And then they contribute to a fund. When they contribute to a fund that allows them to get 3 times the money they contributed, with 2 people acting as collaterals who have the same amount there. And because of peer pressure, they are able to recover.
Awesome.
We must empower women. Women manage micro finance better than men.
So
they don't drink beer. They don't smoke. Apart from the ones of this generation,
they don't womanize.
They don't womanize.
Awesome. Okay. If we're looking at the need for us to go back to agriculture,
yes,
and then of course the need for us to revamp, our industries,
yes,
as it were. What is the place of infrastructure? Because if you are still having to, someone was telling me a few days ago about the road from Warri to Benin.
Yes.
That you probably might have to spend 4 hours or more.
Yes.
In fact, a guest speaker of ours who was around, I think, during the week to minister to our leaders.
Yes.
He lives in Benin.
Yes.
On his way, spent 6 hours.
Yes.
Even though he went with pilots,
yes,
escorts.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do? We have bad roads. We don't, even water is a challenge. Electricity is another situation. I mean, what do? If an industry would have to spend so much money to buy diesel, to run, to provide power, that's a good example.
Yes. And instead of using diesel, we change the injector nozzles to put in Plantation City at Tokutu. They use gas. They use gas turbines and they have regular electricity.
Wow.
How can a nation with so much sunlight complain of electricity when we can have solar panels?
How can a nation with so much sunlight?
Barefoot College in India is training grandmothers to do solar panels. Barefoot College in India.
You see.
They are training grandmothers to be solar engineers.
So we need to put
solar
our
energy,
infrastructure
yes,
right,
yes,
to ignite our
yes,
economy.
And
where so many things that still needs to be discussed. It is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria. Happy Independence Day, people. My Naija people. Happy Independence to you. We'll be right back. We'll have more solutions to the nagging issue on our economy. We can only get better. And together, we'll make it happen. Back in a moment.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here. Touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Mama, I want to tell you, thank you again for this great privilege to be on set again. It's a great honor to me, ma. Thank you very much, ma. I'm really, really grateful. And for Nigeria, independence, I want to say it can only get better for Nigeria. You doing your part, me doing my part, Nigeria can only get better. I believe that. I believe that the peace we so long for can come. If you do your part and I do my part, Nigeria will be better. Yeah, it can only get better. I believe that. Now I see the star is shining. Now I feel the wind is blowing. Now I see the rain is pouring, washing away the storms and war. Now I see peace. Now I see unity. Now I see love taking over the land. Now I see peace. Now I see unity. Now I see love taking over the land. I believe that it will be okay. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe Nigeria will be great. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe that it will be great again. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe Nigeria will be great. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. Oh, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You and I can make Nigeria great. War doesn't ever bring peace. No, you and I can make the land great. Now I see peace. Now I see unity. Now I see love taking over the land. Now I see peace. Now I see unity. Now I see love taking over the land. I believe that it will be fine again. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe Nigeria will be great. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe that it will be okay. With time, Lord, I believe. With time, Lord, I believe. I believe Nigeria will be great. With time, I believe. With time, I believe. Do you believe? 'Cause I believe. Do you believe? 'Cause I believe.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here. Touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Now welcome back. This is Team Mama Helen, and you. Are you enjoying yourself? Okay, are you getting cracking over the things that we've been discussing? It is still Happy Independence Day to all Nigerians out there, and we have been looking at the state of our economy to see how we can come out of the woods and see how this country, Nigeria, can actually move out there, becoming the giant country that it is, that God has ordained it to be. I believe that as a nation, we can actually fulfill destiny, purpose, definitely. That is our decision, and that is what will happen to us. Okay, wherever you're watching, it has been fun, it has been wonderful, and very educational as well. But right away, we want to get into social media. There are so many questions. Quite a number of our people have written, contacted us through social media, wanting for us to provide answers to some of their nagging questions relating to our economy, the state of our economy, that is. So the number one question here says, food inflation is too much. Do you think there's a way it can be curbed?
Yes.
Doctor.
It should be by more production. I will annoy you now.
Oh my God, please
I'm
don't.
going to annoy you now.
But I'll take it.
We have so many prayer camps.
Okay.
With so many people coming to pray and feed. Do you know that if we turn some of these our prayer camps and have farms, poultry, have cows, in several of these prayer camps and produce food, we will employ people, food will be cheaper. One day I was eating with my wife. We were eating eggs, vegetables, and potato. And she said, my husband, imagine the vegetable is from your farm. The eggs from our poultry.
Oh.
The potato from our farm. And I said,
Jesus.
The woman that cooked it is my wife. Even in developed societies, people have chickens at the back of their houses. So we must...
Doctor, even though the question is taken, but however, there is a place of God in every situation,
There's
right?
a place of God.
There's a place of God. Even if we decide to convert our camps into farm and or to turn it into
Yes.
agricultural produce, will that change anything?
Yes.
Because see, the reason why I'm saying that is our country is so vast when it has to do with land.
Yes.
We have land.
Yes.
It cuts across.
Yes.
There are some places that no human being has even entered.
Yes.
So let us not zero
But
on our churches.
the point is, I'm a pastor. The point is, those vast lands,
yes,
ownership is micro ownership. 100 by 100, 1 acre.
No, but see, I've left my state where originally.
Yes.
Yes. By marriage,
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
Shakiri,
yes,
but by birth, Ado Ekiti.
Yes.
Okay. The last time I went home, I couldn't believe it. there's been a lot of development,
Yes.
and I'm talking about Dukiti now.
Yes.
But the land is the land, for the state, for the Ekitis,
population.
the population. I'm looking for the right word to use. We have not even 1/3 of it has not been occupied.
Mama, let me come
That's
in
the
here.
word.
Let me come here.
1/3 of it has not been occupied.
let me-
So what is our problem?
Let me come
And
in
I don't
here.
want us to make it an
No,
issue. I
Barack
think
Obama's
the greatest
wife,
thing.
Barack Obama's wife,
Yeah,
Mitchell,
yeah.
had a vegetable farm in the White House.
Yes, and
Because-
we must do that.
Yes, we can't not ties and be strolling in town and saying that food is expensive
Yes.
when we are not planting.
That's true.
I plant on 40 acres. I plant on 40 acres.
It's good. So what I'm trying to say
The
is
more
that
hands on
instead
deck, the
of
cheaper
allowing
food will be.
weeds to be growing in
Yes.
all these forests and
Yes.
all that, let's see how we can go back into farming.
And then the government must come in. Farming with hoe. There's no ministry of farming, there's ministry of agriculture. Farming is subsistence.
That's right.
It is micro.
It is micro.
It is monocrop.
That's right.
Monoproduct. It is not sustainable. But if we come and the
That would be, you're talking about industrial farming?
not necessarily industrial farm. Mama, you must have seen sunflower farms in some of these countries. Sunflower.
Okay.
Large expanses. You must have seen grapes producing wine. Large farms. The point is, government, the Australian farmer, when I was in Australia, the Australian farmer drives the best car.
How do we get our people back to this?
It is by encouraging them.
Okay, beautiful, and I love that.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I threw that question to you is because you see, in America, for example, even in Europe, okay, there comes a time when farmers would be at a loss.
They even throw
For
eggs
whatever
away.
reason it is, they will be at a loss, but the government would not allow them to bear that.
No, subsidy, insurance.
The next, no, it isn't even that. They will buy those products off them.
Grain reserve.
Yes, they will buy the products off them.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, they can still go back to farming.
Yes.
But we don't have that in Nigeria.
The other thing we must do is processing. In Durban, I ate mangoes that were peeled during the mango season and dried. So I was chewing.
So in other words, government needs to encourage our farmers.
Yeah, we need to encourage our farmers.
Okay, and
us.
individual farming as well.
And us
individual farming as well. Have a little one, just
Yes.
like what you've just told us.
And we businessmen,
your wife.
we can't start building only hotels and petrol stations. We can't start building our politicians in particular. We can't be building only hotels and
Filling stations
and petrol stations.
and all
the
that.
people we eat.
They must eat.
Let's let them have
Have a little thing. Even if it's just vegetables you can have. At least
The-
let it be that's what you
there's
can
a
bring to
pig,
the table.
There's a pig farm in Lagos, Okearo Pig Farm. They have 5,000 pens for pigs.
Should we then come up with a frame? Everyone, we're all farmers.
If you
We
must
should go
eat,
back.
if you must eat, you must farm.
You must farm.
Yes.
You must have a little farm, no matter how small.
No matter
it is.
how small.
Okay, beautiful. Let's move into the next question. And it says there is no way that states can control their resources. I feel that that is true federalism.
Okay.
There's no way. Okay, in other words, he's saying that states don't have control over their resources.
Mama, there is this problem of entitlement mentality.
Olume Jerry from Ole, thank you for that
This
question.
is there's a problem of this entitlement mentality.
Yes.
It also is also responsible for why African businesses in places like the Niger Delta and West Africa do not go from one generation to the other.
All right, let's look at America because we've decided to imbibe their political system.
Yes.
All right. Well, you and I know that different states, in fact, different countries made America. That's why they are called the United States of America.
Yes.
They were once countries, different countries that merged to be one country. Okay, so the union of them. Now, we also know that they have control over their resources. And the federal government only play some level of
Moderative
yes, they moderate, they enact
infrastructure.
laws, they try to make sure that things run effectively and all that stuff,
Yes.
and they make sure there is infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, what can we do in Nigeria? Because as you know, the dichotomy, the tribal dichotomy in Nigeria
Yes.
is a major factor that we cannot run away from.
Let me come in here. Let me go back to what I was saying. California is one of the 20 biggest economies in the world. We have this entitlement mentality, resource control. Have you talked about resource management? It's not money must be made, money must be managed.
Do we need to decentralize?
We need to decentralize.
Okay.
I will even go beyond
Decentralization.
I have proposed a system.
Okay.
Let's have 6 geopolitical zones, and let's have 6 presidents without a senate.
Oh my God! Won't that further increase our spending?
We'll remove the senate where they go to lie down. Don't come from Kano to campaign in Anambra State.
Okay.
Don't come from Ondo State to campaign in Warri. Campaign among your people there. Campaign there. Elect your people there.
Okay.
Then you bring your presidential council. You bring your own. For 2 years is the leader, and then we rotate it like as in Switzerland.
Okay.
If we rotate it like that, the cost of governance will reduce.
Okay.
And then this competition and rivalry for offices will reduce. So the thing is, we need to decentralize this government and make states have control and managerial capacity over their resources. But do we have the people? Do we have the will to manage resources? I don't see why I can't pay doctors' salaries. I don't see it.
But I want to believe that if states realize that they can't easily run to federal government for money.
It's the entitlement mentality.
Yes, if they know that they have to do everything.
Cheap money.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's just like a micro home,
Yes.
okay? At different homes, for example, husband and wife, children, they know that they have to see how they can manage the economy at home.
Yes.
Because that's where it starts from,
Yes.
right? Now, at the state level, just like America, for example, they also do everything. Number one, they know that they are the ones to produce or to generate revenue. IGR. They know they have to generate the IGR and then see how they can use it to develop their state and empower their state, as it were. But in our country, federal government is,
sitting on the money.
Sitting on the money
they fight for presidency.
and everything. So everyone feels that, well, you have to have a connection at the top. You have to be the party at the federal level must be at the state level in order for you to continue to enjoy the whatever that comes. The privileges and the rest of that. So the decentralization should start first, in my own opinion. And then we can talk about management, because when you know that money is not going to come from anywhere, and that you have to be the one to generate your revenue, you will do everything possible.
Even if we decentralize, that every local government becomes responsible for its own resource control until the mindset is changed.
Otherwise, somebody is still going to see how he can corner the money into their pocket.
What am I doing with 40 cars in a convoy? To go and commission maybe a bakery.
A project.
Nigeria, we have this grandiosity.
That's it.
Until frugality becomes...
We need to be frugal.
Angela Merkel was a journalist asked her, I've interviewed you with this dress before. German chancellor.
Yes.
She said, I'm a civil servant.
Yes.
I was not employed to be a model. She's still living in a 2-bedroom flat. A professor.
A professor. That's true.
You understand? This megalomaniacal attitude of Nigeria, until we crush it, we can never do. It's even with our boys. You are unemployed. You are carrying an iPhone. You're carrying an iPhone.
Then you have to steal, isn't it? Another question. I know we have so much to say and you have so much to offer as well. Can you explain how the country's GDP affects the economy? Because recently they said our GDP increased by 5.01, but I didn't see any improvement in the country. Chioma LUF from Lagos. How is it? We seem to have a fat statistic.
But the GDP has it has contracted.
No, no, this is 2021.
Yeah.
I actually read that as well.
Mama,
so,
let me tell you, Nepal a small.
Why is it that it has not been able to
Yes,
transcend?
Nepal, a small country in the Himalayas, decided to negate this GDP. Modern economists and development scientists are no longer working with GDP. They call it, they now measure happiness index.
I love that.
Happiness index. How happy are the people?
Yes, whatever it is must be impactful.
Who generated the GDP? Julius Berger, Unilever, Chinese construction company, oil companies. Did the GDP reach the man at the base of the pyramid? No.
No.
So GDP is no longer used in some countries as a means of evaluating economic development.
No, see, okay, doctor, and
Mama,
I just want to put this across. Yes. I just want to put this across.
There's elite capture.
Beautiful.
Elite capture. The elite capture the wealth.
The wealth.
It doesn't percolate. And then when people start questioning, they say, off the mic, off the mic. It's okay, it's okay.
You are right. You see, I was just going to say something. I do not have any problem with the country coming on with GDP.
Yes.
The problem I have, however, is for that same money to impact the grassroots, you know, through pure circulation.
Yes.
But we don't have that.
No, we don't have it.
Good.
Elite
I
capture.
think that's elite capture. That's the word. So in order for us to change that, it will mean that we must be able to ensure that as this money comes, we start investing them. We invest them into infrastructure. We see how it can impact the woman selling in the market. We see how it can, you know, everybody. So it cuts across. My
father was a gate man in Idama Hotel. I would have been taller than this. I hawked firewood from Okere to Oba. You come from, I've listened to you before, you come from an elite setting. I'm able to speak English with you now and talk with you now and discuss global affairs.
Issues.
Because I had what is called social justice. I sat with Ogbobina's child. I went to school with Ogbobina's children, Rewane's children. I sat with the child of the secretary to the state government at Godo on the same seat. I ate chicken in school. I had a swimming pool at government college. They gave me Dettol and all that. Social justice. Until there is social justice, where the government is by the people, for the people. Until it is for the people, it is called the iron law of the oligarchy.
So true. So should we then say that the bourgeois seems to have contributed to some of the challenges we're facing?
Yes, but the irony is that we suffer from what they call Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm
syndrome is when you kidnap a lady,
I know,
you rape her, torture her, she falls in love with you. We seem to have fallen in love with our rapists, our kidnappers, and our abusers. The children of the elite don't come to the streets to fight. Their children are overseas. It's the children of the poor who are supposed to fight. My generation is a wicked generation. I was born before independence. I'm 62. So my generation that enjoyed the benefits of this country
and decided to rape the same country.
Rape this country.
Yes, that has given them so much opportunities.
Yes, give us opportunities.
We can change it.
Ma'am, the Nigerian youths, you cannot spend your energy voting for Big Brother when you are not ready to, you cannot spend your energy being in Mali and dancing soapy. They are shouting when you are not ready to take over leadership. I opened my first hospital when I was 29.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
From Okere, a gate man's son.
That's
you
good.
See?
Because, but what would you think could have necessitated to that though?
You must hate poverty.
Exactly. You were self-driven.
Yes, you must hate poverty.
You were self-driven. You hate poverty.
1 million youths contributing 1,000 naira every week is 52 billion. And they are 75% of the Nigerian population. They can kick my old ass out of government. Kick our old asses out of government. They have the energy. NSAS demonstrated it. They have the technology.
So there seems to be distraction. We're distracted.
Distracted by over-entertainment, according to Lord Lugard. You understand?
And that needs to change.
It needs to change.
Awesome. What are you going to say out there? This is awesome. This is rich. Okay, the next question. Governments are not creating jobs for young people. That's why we all want to leave. Even no conducive environment for business. No money as well. What can be worse than that? Peter from Warri.
You see, there is a slogan in Warri here.
Yes.
Who we help? In my generation, we helped ourselves. We helped ourselves. Government cannot create jobs for every person.
I was just going to say that.
Let us start. I employ
Entrepre-
72 people.
Good.
Minus those that work in my farm, minus mechanics, minus tailors that sew school uniforms and all that. You see, we must have this creative, this ability to turn little sums of money.
Money, yes.
The philosophy of the ant. Turn little sums of money to wealth. I said in a previous program here, let's look for what illiterates are not doing well and do them well. Let's look for what illiterates are not doing well. Let's solve problems for people.
Beautiful.
Let's
be an employer of labor.
Let's remove these academic gowns and bend down and do something.
Get our hands dirty.
The Igbo boys don't complain of lack of jobs.
Yes. Bad governance is our major challenge in Nigeria. Barry from PTI Warri. How can we change the mindset of Nigerians from money so we can elect the right leaders? What do you have to say concerning that?
Somebody called me after I made a video during the NSAS on the way the oligarchy fight.
Okay.
He was weeping. He said, can I sponsor you for presidency? I told him that leadership is not by occupying political office. Leadership is providing models and methods and motivation for a generation. I mentor a lot of youths globally.
That's awesome.
And they have copied my lifestyle.
Awesome.
You understand? So, for us to change the narrative, we must start raising people who are models for these youths to follow. And once we raise these models, then they can copy us. And then the biggest institution that is influencing Nigerians today is the church. The church.
Isn't that a good one?
Yes. The church must deliberately organize entrepreneurial seminars for people.
Oh, we do that. Oh my God, you need to be in Word of Life.
And,
we do that a lot.
For people. You understand? I don't want to offend you again. I believe you don't tell a man that his year is a year of double honor when he has not managed single honor.
Oh, Jehovah.
So, I hope I've not annoyed you.
No. That's not annoyance. That is in depth.
We must start
being practical.
We must start
I'm a very
facing
practical
reality.
person. Yeah.
We must start facing reality.
No.
You can't be praying and shaking your head like
and do nothing at the end of the day.
Don't do anything. What are you receiving?
Receiving. That's right.
You will receive air.
You're preaching my message. You're preaching my message.
I told them I don't do crossover to take over. I'm sorry, Mama. I think over to take over.
Because thinkers rule the world.
Mama, I sell real estate as a doctor.
Awesome.
I do so many things because I think.
You think?
Yes.
I love thinkers.
Yes.
And I can tell you are. I love that. You know, that's the greatest challenge we have. I think the greatest challenge we have, if you there is nothing bad in giving yourself to God.
No.
There is nothing bad in you.
I sold my hospital to
there
the
is
pastor.
nothing. Yes, there is nothing bad in fasting.
Yes.
There is nothing bad in praying. In fact,
but it must be balanced.
You've answered it.
It must be balanced.
My life is all about prayer. I was just telling some of my children when I was coming in here and all that, and they said, I was busy doing something before I came here, because that is my life.
Yes.
That is my life. Without that, I'm nothing.
No.
But it has to be balanced.
Balanced.
If after you have prayed, then go look for work.
Imagine somebody,
or go do something.
Imagine somebody sending me a message that the mother died, that he invited me, I didn't see me. Now me kill your mama, I'll kill your papa.
Now let me say that I'm not going to comment to that because that's very volatile. But if I can bring you back home.
Yes, ma'am.
The last question is actually really, really talking about governance and providing leadership.
Yes.
Okay. Aren't we leaders in our own right? All leaders now. Aren't we all leaders?
The leadership starts from the home. You understand? I raised a child, I said this before, that became a millionaire in my house in his early 20s. He started writing books like me.
Awesome.
And he had a company before he went to Europe. So when my son came from Europe, I bought ice cream making machine for him. He started selling ice cream in our school. You understand? So we must start giving direction to our children. We must start demonstrating. One of the richest men in the world is Carlos Slim Ejilo in Mexico. His father taught him to record his expenses. Record your expenditure so you will know the price of money. I sell plantain suckers. So one of my nephews was asking me for money, and somebody booked for 25,000 naira by plantain suckers. I told him to approve them. I will give him the 25,000. I don't need it. But let him know how to work for money. Let him not think that I have a pot where I put my hand and bring
Don't
money.
give people fish, but teach them how to fish.
Yes.
Awesome. That's what you have said.
Yes.
And through that, we can actually produce good quality leadership.
Yes.
Because in our own right, we are all.
Yes.
We all are. Okay. I don't know which one is worse between poverty and insecurity in the country. I live in the north and I see the reality of everything. If we can't be safe, what else can we do or have? Or what else do we do? What do we do?
Insecurity has killed.
Kaduna, Irubo, Helen.
Insecurity has killed more people than hunger in this country.
That's a major thing,
Yes,
right there.
major.
How can you be, thinking about growth?
The money
if
we
there
used
is
to
no
buy Tucana planes, we'll build more schools in the north.
Yeah.
We'll build more dams.
Lives are being wasted.
Yes.
Resources are being wasted.
But you see, we created this insecurity. When religious fanaticism was brewing in some of the states in the north, we thought that we were encouraging our people. We thought that we could use them to win votes.
For political means.
When Goodluck Jonathan was dealing with Boko Haram, somebody said it was genocide against Boko Haram. And by the time we start celebrating our criminals, they will turn around and attack us.
So true.
So the problem of insecurity in Nigeria, I said, is an autoimmune system. We are the ones creating them. We are the ones who created them. And unless it's called problem, reaction, solution, you create the problems, people will react to start to provide the solution. So insecurity is one of the major problems in Nigeria now, less than hunger. Because even if you are very hungry, go and visit somebody. I come and visit Mama. Know her. By the time I crack 3 or 4 jokes, food will come on the table.
So many questions. I don't know whether we'll be able to take all of them, but just 1 or 2 more. How do we attract more foreign investors? Mercy Army, Aja, Lagos.
Okay.
What kind of economic system do we have in Nigeria? Is it capitalist?
It's jaga. Everything jaga.
The reason why I asked this question, I'll tell you. You made mention of Dubai before.
Yes.
And you know that Dubai is a tax-free country.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many things that they don't even pay attention to. You can bring in as much money possible.
Yes.
They are not so heavy because they encourage, investors to come in, and that's why you have people, an inflow of people from different countries of the world.
We must provide security.
Should there be a policy change as well? Attitudinal change.
Number 2. We must, our laws must be predictable.
Yes,
you can't ban cryptocurrency today, and you want to bring e-naira.
It's total madness.
You cannot just change policies overnight. We must have regular policies. Then the bureaucracy of getting business.
We must also encourage investors
in Delta states.
Policy.
We have stupid attitudes by people, our communities. This development levy. You cannot be collecting development levy from somebody who wants to come and develop your environment.
It's a malady.
And then the next thing is multiple taxation.
I know.
Nigerian small businesses pay 38 taxes.
It's unbelievable. Awesome. Now, the next question. What strategies can be employed to stop unemployment? Efe Okodua from Benin.
Even in the United States, they have unemployment figures. You only reduce unemployment.
That's right.
So, Alaba market has produced more millionaires than the Eastern universities joined together. The mentoring system. You must be willing to be mentored.
You must be willing to be mentored.
The secret of the Jewish economy and the Middle Eastern economy is that people are mentored. You stay. And then we must also try to build enduring family businesses.
That's right.
The price of gold has been determined every day
Yeah, people are
for
beginning to change from
200
that.
years by the Rothschild family.
Yes, but
A family has been producing soap for 400 years in Nablus in Palestine. Beretta has been producing guns for 500 years. So if our family businesses can endure, then each family can have people that take over the businesses from them, instead of sharing the properties and give to ruffians that will go and
so
do
on.
ameno.
Okay,
So-
and another question right away. Well, and the question would mean that all these countries that are doing so very well now around the world, for example, yes, they started off, you know, with the industrialization, but now it's technology,
informational technology,
artificial
intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. What do you have to say concerning that?
The Nigerian youth, I must give it to them. They've done well in information technology. They've created apps that banks are using. They've a Nigerian boy produced a drone recently, and he was employed overseas.
Straight away.
Straight away. Then I said in the entertainment industry, film industry, sports, but in information technology, our youths have done very well. They can compete anywhere in the world if given the chance and the privileges. So the Nigerian economy is going to be information driven. We must start encouraging our young ones to go into IT and artificial intelligence, creation of applications, softwares, and all that. That is the modern economy, because we are not very backward in that aspect. Because you can read the lecture notes in Harvard in Nigeria here.
Yes.
So especially with the 5G that is coming, 5G network that is coming, a lot of information flow is going to be very fast. And the greatest instrument a man has today is a phone with internet connectivity.
So true.
It's the greatest weapon.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, well, you know, we can go on and on. It has been awesome. It has been a wonderful experience. But I want to ask another question as we round up. And it's to say, okay, fine. If we are owing over ₦1 trillion,
33 trillion.
33 trillion.
Yes.
How do we walk our way out of debt?
If you are owing, the first thing is to block the leakages. Block the leakages.
Block the leakages.
Yes. And then reduce your consumption. Only go for needs instead of desires. We must scale down most of the things we do. We built 5 steel rolling mills at the same time. Are they functional? Build 5 refineries at once. You don't be a giant and wear Pampers.
Pampers.
No. So the problem is that we must scale down.
Okay.
And then we must be frugal with what we have. And then we must think of how we can multiply what we have.
What we have.
Then we must start producing for local consumption.
Is it important for us to believe in ourselves as a nation?
Yes, you must. Mama, I don't play with myself as a Nigerian.
Okay.
I've never met any man from any race that I didn't blow his brains.
So true.
So we must start.
That's a good one.
You see, there is a negative propaganda out there in the Western media that paints Nigeria very negatively.
So true.
We need to create a sense of nationalism and value in our young children, in our youths, so that they can believe in themselves. Tell them they are as good as any
We have
person.
a lot of Yahoo boys now.
Yes.
On the street. What do you have to say concerning that?
The Yahoo boys is a phenomenon that will not last long, because Oyibo don't they get sense. One was trying to dupe me while I was in one office there. I knew that he was a Yahoo person. But the thing, what bothers me is that when they carried us into slavery, we built America. We built the economy of the United Kingdom.
Why can't we do the same?
Why can't we, even if you are getting money, must you buy GLK?
And so on.
Must you drink Glivendich or whatever wine is called? Must you do conspicuous consumption? 6 of them died in a car that crashed at Ugeli there. Ran into a parked Caterpillar.
My God.
With a Toyota. The grandson of the owner of Toyota is still alive. Okay. You bought a second-hand car from his grandfather's company and he's killing you. Don't you see that your brain is not correct?
Oh my God. Well, Doctor, we can just go on and on. It has been a fruitful day just being with you. And I know our audience have been so blessed just listening to you as well.
Well,
but
thank God.
I wanted to have something to say to us Nigerians. What do we need to do differently? And then to our government as well. What part should it
We've said a lot of
play
those things.
in the development of our country?
Number one, Kigali, Rwanda, Paul Kagame came and turned it around overnight. We must elect leadership that have the will and the desire to change this country.
That's right.
Nigerians are very obedient people.
That's true.
Nigerians are very patient people. Nigerians can follow leadership. Let's give them direction. Let's tell them we can make it. Let's tell them we have it. Let's tell them we are the best. And within a short while, we can crawl out of this mess we are in. And let's stop fighting ourselves. Poverty does not know a northerner, does not know a southerner.
It does not.
There are only two tribes in Nigeria, the
So
poor
true.
and the rich.
And the rich. And it shouldn't be. Well, it has been a wonderful time. Thank you so very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
We are so grateful having you. We've heard from our wonderful guest today, and with the way forward regarding the economy of this country. I know that our country can still rise out from the woods. We can still make it happen, and together as a nation we can. Nigeria's economic potential is constrained by many structural issues like inadequate infrastructure, ease of doing business, and many other issues. Sustained broad-based economic growth and poverty reduction are critical to attaining economic stability. Food security, improved market access, increasing the country's energy supply, reducing obstacles to trade are some of the things government can do for the growth of the economy. By the grace of God, we hope to see Nigeria greater and better for us all. But may I also say that you are in Nigeria, contribute. Do your best in seeing to the well-being of Nigeria so that Nigerians can also feel your impact as well. You are meant for more. Be more to yourself and to your nation, Nigeria. Thank you so very, very much for all of us out there that have watched this program. Okay, we are Nigerians. Or perhaps you're not even one, but you also wish us well as a nation. And so we thank you. It is Happy Independence Day to you all there. We love you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless this nation called Nigeria. God bless you all.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here. Touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here. Touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
I am really excited today. You know what? Because Mama Helen you. I'm telling you.
We love people hugging us. So this helps the body to feel safe.
We are all leaders in our own right.
Who says you can't even find someone who will love you better?
Makes you focus, drives you. It shows you an agenda.
That's right.
Mama Helen and You with Dr. Helen Orush-Jaffor, showing every day at 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. West African Time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.